Welcome to another episode of Influence and Growth Mastery, where we empower entrepreneurs to elevate their visibility, influence, connections, and income through social media, artificial intelligence, and podcasting. I'm your host, Tonya Gossage, and today we're diving into a compelling topic inspired by a book that I've been reading. This is a little bit different than what I've done before, but I've been reading this book. You guys know I love to network. I love to create authentic connections and build relationships. And this book, it's a book I cannot hardly put down. And so I want to talk about that today. Again, the name of the book, if you haven't read it or listened to it, I highly recommend it. But it's How to Be a Power Connector by Judy Robinett. And I just want to dive right in. I've not finished the book, but honestly, I couldn't wait to talk about it. And I may actually come back a couple more times and talk about it again, because it's not really things that we don't know, but it's things that we don't often always do or think about or put strategies in place to really maximize the power of building relationships. Now, a lot of these things I do, not all of them, but I do because honestly, I've called myself a master connector for a very long time. And I do believe it is a skill to know how to get to influencers. And I do teach people that. But there's a way to expand your network through connections. There is a way to make money by expanding your network through connections. So let's dive in. One of the key takeaways that I found important that she talked about that I really haven't thought about. She talked about it, but I haven't really thought about it in the way that she brings it out. And that is about having diverse connections in your network. Now, yes, we talk about having all of these various industries and stuff in our network, but honestly, I've not really sat and thought about it in some of the ways that she put it. But this world is a melting pot of ideas, if you think about it, a melting pot of ideas, cultures, perspectives, and the most innovative solutions come from blending these diverse elements. And so whether you're aiming to launch a new product, expand your market reach, having various perspectives can truly be invaluable. And when you're bringing these types of people together, that's where the magic happens. So let's look at an example. When you connect people that have shared passion, again, that's where the magic happens. So imagine if you're an entrepreneur in the tech industry and you're looking to break into, we'll say, the green energy solutions, and you attend this conference and you strike up a conversation with an attendee who happens to be an environmental scientist. And this initial weak link eventually leads you to a consult with other experts in both the tech and the environmental fields, providing you with a uniquely well-rounded approach to your new venture. How powerful would that be for you in your business? You got to say that's pretty powerful. And get what I said, a weak link. A weak link. So how important are weak links? Do you know what a weak link is? You may be thinking what some other people are thinking a weak link is. A weak link in networking are those acquaintances or friends of friends who may not be in your immediate circle, but they provide access to diverse information and perspectives. These connections, these weak links, these connections can have exponential value as they often serve as bridges to new opportunities. Think about it. How many times have you been somewhere and somebody that's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend introduced you to somebody that has gotten you somewhere? That's a weak link. So how can we leverage these weak links for business growth? Let's think about this. Consider a restaurant owner who frequently engages with local food bloggers. And one of these bloggers, although not a close friend, a weak link, introduces the owner to a top local event planner. And this weak link leads that restaurant to being featured in several high-profile events, which significantly increases its visibility and its customer base. What does that do for that business? Right. Massively gives them visibility, gives them influence, gives them growth because they met one person. How many times have I talked about you're just one connection away from that next $100, $1,000, $100,000, and $1 million. I say that frequently in these podcasts. You're one connection away. It could be a strong link. It could be a weak link. And oftentimes these weak links are the ones that pull through for us as entrepreneurs and small business owners. So now let's talk about the strategy of building power circles. Oh, get this. This was so strong. So Judy in the book, and I'm so going to take advantage of this. I have it, but not in this format. This was so mind-blowing to me. And again, you got to know I'm a connector. I call myself a master connector. I have given myself now the tagline of the networking influencer. I bought that domain, the networking influencer, because I have this skill of connecting people to people. Very good at that. I have this skill of seeing someone, an influencer, and challenging myself of getting to that individual. And one day I'll tell you a couple of stories of some challenges that I've just recently challenged myself to and got there. But that's for another podcast. That's for another day. But Judy breaks down this strategic relationship strategy into a manageable system called the 5-50-100 model. And I love it. And so this involves maintaining relationships with your top 5 closest connections. We've always called it the inner circle, our top 5, our inner core. We have several names for it. But the top 5 closest connections, we engage with 50 associates regularly. Engaging regularly with 50. We have our top 5 closest. We engage regularly with 50 and keeping in touch with 100 contacts occasionally. Okay. So we have 155 contacts of what we're calling our inner circle, 5, 50, and 100. Okay, let's look at this example. The 5, 50, and 100 model in practice, an entrepreneur could identify their top closest connection, which might include your mentor, a co-founder in your business, or a partner, or a coach, whomever, and 3 key employees if you have employees, 50 associates if you have a company, and many of us don't. So you have possibly friends and family that are your closest. And then your 100 occasional contacts cover just, a broad spectrum of acquaintances that you've met through networking events, conferences, past employers, social media interactions. I have friends that I've met at networking events that are becoming my very close, maybe even into my 50 that I've met within the last 3 years. I love this concept. But my contact list that I've gathered from being in banking for 34 years and now in entrepreneurship for 5 years has thousands. And so if you needed to be referred to somebody, I probably have a contact on my list, but not in my 155 list that is going to be my closest people. I can tell you right now that I am not connecting more than likely on a follow-up basis with the same 100 people over and over and over and over again. And if I did, I might even see more income coming in to my business. And that is another key. Another key, did you hear me? Another key to growing your visibility, your influence, your connections, and your income. Now, I have my Who Not How plus AI framework, and it does not include this strategy. It may going forward. I love this framework. And so I wanted today to share the added value to relationships. Networking, it should not be about manipulation. It should not be what you or I can get out of a connection. Instead, it should be focused on value. What can I give you? What can you give the people that you are interacting with? The last 2 networking events that I did, we sat around. It's not about selling. We do not sell at networking events. It's all about providing value to each other. It's all about recommending individuals to other individuals. It's all about finding out the problems that people are having and helping them solve their problems. Never is it about selling. Could sales happen at those events? Absolutely, they can. Have they? Yes, they have. But is that the primary focus of those? Absolutely not. It is about sharing value then the sale comes. But it's about the connection. We have built so many close connections by adding value and supporting each other, offering support, always aiming to contribute positively to a relationship. I can tell you that when I provide value to relationships, value comes back to me. Value comes back to me in return in ways that blow my mind. It may not be that day. It may not be that week. It may not be that month, but the value always comes back and it blows my mind. And so I want you to imagine when you offer value in networking, imagine what you can get back. Imagine a digital marketer who attends a tech startup event. Instead of pitching their services, they offer valuable advice to a startup founder about launching an effective social media campaign. This genuine assistance leads to a long-term client relationship and valuable referrals over time. That is what happens when you provide value to someone. And then understanding the different types of ecosystems, such as your family, your friends, your career, the government, finance, media, industry, your community. Those ecosystems are all crucial for building a robust network. And these ecosystems, they provide various types of resources to you, from knowledge, lots of knowledge, and hidden opportunities for you. And all you have to do is connect, build a relationship, and provide value to these people. Get involved. Get involved in a networking group. Get involved in your local community. Join financial literacy initiatives. Join other leaders. Hook up with other entrepreneurs and other coaches and help them in their groups. And you will be amazed at the authentic connections that you will make and the doors of opportunity that will open up for you. And that I can make you a promise that that will happen. You cannot not network, provide other people support and value, and it not be returned. It can't happen. It will happen. In the book, Judy emphasizes the importance of strategic relationship planning and offering the value that I've been talking about and leveraging both strong and weak links for maximum advantages. And by adopting this strategic mindset actively seeking diverse, high quality connections, you can significantly accelerate. And I do mean accelerate your personal and your professional success. Thank you for tuning in today. Again, I'm your host, Tonya Gossage, with Influence and Growth Mastery. I hope you found value in today's episode. If you've not hit that subscribe button, please do it now. Leave us a comment, leave us a review, and join us in our Facebook group, Influence and Growth Mastery. I'm signing off. Bye.